Hello and welcome to episode 15 of Let's Play Final Fantasy 14 Endwalker. So, we had one hell of a battle in the last episode, so let's see what Emmerich has to say about it and continue on with the story. I trust you all enjoy comfortable flight aboard the Pride of the Ishgardian fleet. Lest you worry, the Bonanza has been towed to the nearby location to be retrieved at your convenience. You have thought of everything, Lord Emmerich. And may I say how much I appreciate the hospitality you afforded us on the way home. Think nothing of it. The destination lay in the same direction, and it afforded me the perfect opportunity to learn how my errant friend has been since last he took his leave. It would seem you have finally found a place to settle down. Oh, Amelia grew weary of wandering the forest. Returning to more serious matters. While the Loferoi have been driven from Cartano, it is like that the bulk of their forces yet remain. On the evidence of the Grand Company of Eorzea, first joint military operation, however, I am confident that we have the potential to meet such threats head on, even without the aid of you and yours. As such, while our forces kept the Loferoi at bay, I would ask that you apply your talents to the task of neutralizing the towers. A sensitive division of labor. While the towers remain, so too will the threat of the lunar primals. And given our expertise in the field of etherology, we are better qualified to find the solution. That we are, especially should it happen to lie beyond the Lion's dominion. There is a time and a place for formal invitations, of course, but certain secrets are one to hide where only enterprising individuals may venture. I could not agree more. There are none better suited to this task, nor any upon whom I would rather rely. On behalf of the Alliance, I thank you. We look forward to receiving any information you are able to uncover. And with that, I must take my leave. Should you have need of assistance, pray do not hesitate to ask. Fare you well, my friends. I confess, I had hoped to be able to study the towers more closely. Vital as they plainly are to the Telophror's plans. If we can discern their ultimate function, we will be one step closer to understanding our enemy's grand scheme. Should we succeed in neutralizing the should we succeed in neutralizing them, of course, it is all but certain that Telophroi will mount an all-out invasion. And then it will begin. The one who awaits the heart of the chaos will come for us, for you. Yet, in the end, our true nemesis may be the calamity to end all calamities, the final days themselves. Yes, all right, Alphanode. We need a plan, not portents. As Fankred so eloquently pointed out, we are in position to seek information from all manner of places, not least Jolion. According to Kryl, the Forum have been more secretive than ever of late. While this may be related to the appearance of the Telophroi, that remains a matter of speculation. But one thing is clear. The Forum is determined to keep us from discovering the truth. Most unfortunate performance at the Lotus Stand was enough to convince me of that. The matter bereft further investigation. I do heartily concur. Nor can I think of more promising place to look for the answers we seek. On the matter of the towers, Jolion have even been the wellspring of Iferological knowledge. Wow, that's mouthful. I cannot where we go. Here or there, my lance will be ready. And what of you, Geoffrey? Might you be persuaded to join us? If it means I can have words with, never mind that. But of course, for Jolion. Here. It is time we laid bare the Telophror's dark designs. It appears we are in agreement. We have but to wait for Kryl to secure the necessary permissions. In the meantime, there is a matter I would investigate. Does it involve tall structures? By strange coincidence, it does. At present. I have only a creeping suspicion, but with your help, I will soon find out whether my fears are warranted. Ooh. Ah, the shush emote. You have learned the shush emote. Interesting. Meanwhile, in Golan capital, I think, where is his new weapon?
Those Eorzeans certainly are a stubborn bunch, though I suppose you knew that already. My plan to redirect the ether from Cartano came to a rather less than satisfactory conclusion. It was, in many respects, an abject failure. Which does, of course, raise the question of where we are going to procure the requisite amount. The obvious solution would be to draw on resources a little closer to home, though that would require our dreamer to dream a trifle more deeply.
So be it. The dreamer will not complain.
Then let us begin the preparations at once. With the gateway of the gods complete, all that remains is to gather the necessary ether, and our prize shall be within reach. The time has come to fulfill your heart's desire, my desire! To relieve those wretched creatures of their meaningless existence!
While I await you, I shall drink a sea of souls and gorge myself upon the darkened moon. Then you shall come to me, all roiling rage and rancor. And the stars shall bear witness to our final contest.
Right.
As I thought, the ethereal currents have been disturbed here too.
It was the same in Thanalan. Make that every location we surveyed.
And the strength of each current has diminished dramatically, far more than could be attributed to a natural occurrence.
What tidings bringest thou from Dravania?
We took a number of readings, and noticed that the closer we were to the tower, the lower the etheric density became. In short,
the towers are drawing upon the land's ether, which would explain how they were able to carry out the summonings.
Our allies must be informed of this. We should return to the Rising Stones and have Tataru relay our findings to them.
Hear me. Hear me. Hear me. with it, the end. The fate of the star is in your hands.
Well, that's definitely not Nymphilia.
Everything all right back there?
At solemn dawn, grim purpose shines in gaze. Does our final curtain rise? I don't have a chance to read all that. You guys have to pause if you wanna read it. Alright. So, see what Wolfenode wants here. Geoffrey, do you have some time to talk? I would like to gather everyone in Dawn's respite and together assess the situation in which we find ourselves. Let us take stock of the facts, shall we? The crisis at hand began with the sudden appearance of ominous towers in a multitude of locations throughout the world. We have since learned that said structures were brought into being by an organization known as the Telophoroi. The Telophoroi stated purpose is to recreate the final days of eons past, an apocalyptic event that would result in the destruction of all we hold dear. Already have these towers of theirs been cause of untold suffering. Countless innocents kidnapped and imprisoned. Their faith perverted for primal summonings. And unless we find a way to deal with the corruptive aura surrounding the spires, we can't even get close enough to rescue anyone. Though shielded with the blessing of light, seem able to resist being tempered at least. But after what happened to Orenwald and Fordola, we need to be very, very careful about how we proceed. Yet while these threats close to home are of paramount concern, we mustn't lose sight of the situation in Golemald. As you know, the Telophoroi are under the leadership of Fandaniel and one other delightful fellow, Asinos Yay Galvus. The Crown Prince and our dear friend. Friend, yeah. At least he thinks. To date he's reclaimed his old body, murdered Emperor Varus, and plunged Golemald into an even deeper pit of chaos. The capital has probably seen the worst of it. For a good while there, it saw the bloodiest fighting in the War of Succession. But that has since changed, and in troubling ways. Aye, during our reconnaissance, the air was not once rent by the barking of cannons or the cries of discord. It was an eerie fog of silence which did blanket that ruined city. The inhabitants appeared to have been tempered, and with nary a word spoken did they labor to transform the palace into a soaring edifice born of nightmares. If they were indeed made frauds, it seems safe to assume that these events too were orchestrated by the Telophroi. An army of primals is awful enough, but in light of recent developments, I fear it is only the prelude to an even greater catastrophe. We need to devise a means to counter this threat, and quickly, before our allies are overwhelmed. We will find a way in Sholian, I'm sure of it. Most of Forshafolk's comments regarding the final days were curious to say the least. The Forum knows more than it is letting on. Sorry to interrupt. We just received word from Mr. Scribe. He says that arrangements for your visit have been finalized. You're to head to Limsolominsa and board the next ship bound for Charlotte. And on our arrival, present yourself as associate of the students of Valdacian. Come to assist with the orders of restoration. The arrangement may be settled, but what of your thoughts? They must race at the prospect of returning home after so long. I am eager to see it, of course. Of course, we should set off at once. So, then I'll accompany you to the docks. You need at least one person there to wave and cry and wish you a safe journey. Am I the only one in this game that feels like Alphino is... Well, I feel like he's a sibling, more or less, like a younger brother. That's literally how I feel. About him right now. Alright. Everyone's here, which is good, because I've already paid for your passage. At the fee is non-refundable. Okay. The ship for Charlian should be pulling into port soon. So please follow me and have all your luggage close at hand. Alright. I love this story. That comes next.
They've almost finished loading our cargo. We should be ready to depart right on schedule. Or so I'm...
Excellent. 'Tis nice to have a smooth beginning to one's journey, at the very least.
It's funny. Master Louis Soir came here on a ship very much like this one. And now, years later, the street urchin he befriended that day is bound for his mentor's homeland. With his mentor's grandchildren, no less.
Aye. 'Tis upon reflection that every twist of time's river and fate's whims are brought into sharp relief. Thou hast matured much in the intervening years. Wert thou not caught attempting to relieve Master Louis Soir of his purse scant moments after he made landfall upon this dock?
That's awesome.
Oh, really? Now that's a tale I'd like to hear.
Will this be your first visit to Charlian, Sir Estinian? Sir Estinian?
Are we strangers newly met? Why this stiff formality?
I, merely meant it as a professional courtesy, since we are now colleagues in an official sense.
I'd rather you dispense with the sirs, especially in private company. Or I'll be forced to respond in kind, little Lord Alphino.
You've made your point, Estinian. Painfully well.
Better.
Are you all right, Tataru? You seem positively distraught.
Distraught? Me? Don't be silly. I think it's lovely that they get to see their homeland. It's just... we're trying to thwart the schemes of an army hell-bent on destroying the world. And, once again, I have to stay behind and worry that this is the last time I'll get to see my friends.
I'll bring them back safe and sound, I promise.
I'll hold you to that.
I'm sure you will.
Ah, good. You're still here.
Hori! Coulternay! What brings you all this way?
We're to assist the Maelstrom and the Kobolds with a lunar primal operation, so we thought we'd see you off before heading to the tower. Flamine and the others wish you all a safe journey, and promise that they'll look after things here until you return. We will too, of course. Aye. We, your fellow Scions of the Seventh Dawn, will do our part to ensure the end of the world won't happen on our watch.
We're set to sail! All aboard for Charlian!
It's time.
Yeah.
Then we must delay no longer. We will contact you the moment we learn aught of value. Wish us luck.
Have a safe journey, and please, please, be careful.
And so you venture forth unto the unknown. A fate beyond the horizon that cannot be divined. A future undefined and in flux. In uncertain times, naught but the simplest words of wisdom will suffice. That which lives is destined to die. Love leads to loss. Every beginning has an end. Treasure every moment, every step of your descent. And there, in the depths where souls and stars rest, find your truth.
Here. Feel. Think.
The day has barely dawned, my fellow earlier riser. Though we're hardly alone in that. Envious of those still sleeping soundly, no doubt. Called out to you, you say? I've heard nothing myself. In any case, I dare say the sea air will do you good. Why not join the others on deck? Charlian should be coming into view at any moment.
You will see later on in the game why this song makes me very emotional.
my voice yet reaches you. I am glad. Hear, feel, think. And thus do we meet face to face at last, my warrior of light, guided by the crystal.
And now, pardon me.
After your sojourn in the First, I believe you have your answer. You have gained an understanding of what I truly am, what Eidolon has always been, a primal. Zodiac was created to forestall the apocalypse which threatened the ancient world, and I was brought forth to bind him. Yet 7 times now, those who would orchestrate a return to that bygone era have rejoined a shard to the god I had sundered. The greater his strength grows, the swifter does mine own diminish. The power to draw your mind into the rift betwixt is no longer mine to wield. Yet though it taxes me sorely, I dare not leave these words unsaid. Even bereft of my guidance, you and your companions have accepted the burden of this star's troubled past. A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine. Wheels shudder and turn. Conflict looms, monumental, which will decide the fate of this world and all life upon it. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
Cast your peepers to the fore, folks. Sharlayan's just over yonder.
I will not keep you further. Your traveler's heart must yearn to behold this unfamiliar land. We shall meet again, and soon.
Oh, what a fine morning. Oh, still a bit stiff though.
Yeah. No wonder, considering how...
And a good morning to you too. Taken a look at the island already?
Then let's go. Let's go. Might still be room in the prow if we're lucky.
Ah, the sleepers have arisen. There she is. Good old Sharlayan.
Oh, I see it.
Home. Home at last. Well, maybe not in Father's eyes, but we'll manage on our own, if we must.
You do know you're not alone in this, don't you?
Indeed, 'tis as Sir Estinian saith. Forget not the comrades who boarded this ship at your side, I prithee.
Thank you, my friends. We are ever grateful for your steadfast support.
Upon arrival, we will be disembarking into the heart of Sharlayan proper. There is no greater concentration of wisdom in all the world. I am confident that somewhere within that center of knowledge and learning, we will find the answers we seek.
Alright. Welcome to Endwalker. Even though this is the 15th episode.
Sharlayan, the solitary island nation of the northern seas. Where under the watchful gaze of Thaliak, patron deity of scholars, academics hoard all manner of knowledge and secrets. Once, they deigned to accept foreign students into a distant colony maintained in the Dravanian hinterlands. How swiftly they abandoned it once the first Garlean boot set hostile foot on Alamegan soil. So averse to the prosecution of war, these men of wisdom, your would-be allies.
I thought they'd never let us off the ship. What's next then? Entry applications?
Hopefully they find no cause to deny us.
Hasn't Sharlayan all but severed relations with foreign powers? Those of us without direct ties, myself included, may be refused outright.
'Tis true that, as a nation, Sharlayan only forms trade agreements with a select few neutral countries. But from a practical standpoint, an island cannot afford to be overly strict with its borders, especially not if that island's people are wholly devoted to the accumulation of knowledge. If one submits the proper paperwork, with satisfactory evidence of identity and intent, then foreigners may be granted entry.
May.
Quite. So let us be absolutely clear on these points before we proceed. The immigration officer will ask for your affiliation and your purpose of visit. Considering Sharlayan's views on intervention, I strongly suggest we avoid any mention of the Scions. Kral has laid the groundwork for us to act as associates of the students of Baldessian, and our ostensible reason for being here is to aid in their order's restoration. Grahatir, it might expedite our progress should an actual student be seen at the head of our little group. Would you mind leading the way?
Of course. The immigration officers were this way, as I recall. Shall we? Greetings. We've just arrived and are eager to make our way into the city. Would you be so kind as to process our entry applications?
Certainly. I see by your mark you are an Archon.
I am. Grahat here of the Students of Baldassian at your service. I was assigned to an Eorzean survey team, but have returned to assist with the reformation of my order. My associates here will provide additional support.
Very good. I have paperwork detailing your group and its scheduled arrival for today. And it seems some few of your companions are also Archons. If you'll step forward, we can process those applications first.
Ishtola rule.
This is literally the first time you actually see her last name.
See how it glows? That list is etherically linked with a citizen registry kept in the main repository.
I've confirmed your status as Archons and amended your travel records accordingly. Welcome home. Now, who do we have here?
Alphino Leveilleur.
And Alizé Leveilleur.
Your applications have also been approved. Having said that, the streets are abuzz with talk of how House Leveilleur's lord disowned his young progeny. And while such personal circumstances constitute no reason to deny you entry, I urge you to avoid exacerbating your present situation. Times are quite troubled enough already.
We shall keep that in mind.
These last two are not Sharlayan natives, but you will find their credentials are in order. An application was made in advance.
Name and occupation?
Go for champion of Eorzea. I go with the first one.
An adventurer. Well, I suppose that is considered a valid calling in your native Eorzea, and it does indeed match the profile provided. You may enter. And you, sir?
Estinian Valeno, formerly of the Order of the Knights Dragoon in Ishgard.
Formally, at least. And what, pray tell, is your profession now?
If you'll allow me... My associate is a mercenary, hired for his strength at arms. Surely you are aware of the dangers we often face on our forays into the wilderness.
Mistress Baldessian, if you insist on sponsoring his entry, then so be it. But while I appreciate that desperate times call for desperate measures, I find your choice of company concerning. Be advised that even a single misstep may have severe repercussions for your organization.
I have every confidence in my chosen company, dear and trusted comrades that they are. But I thank you for your concern.
Croyle! It is good to see you.
Likewise. Long voyage notwithstanding, you all seem none the worse for wear. There is much to discuss, but this is hardly the place. Let's be on our way, shall we?
All right.
Oh! Welcome, friends, to Sharlayan.
As your mercenary, I should hope my welcome includes a generous salary.
Well, I had to say something, Sir Taciturn.
All right. Well, we are officially in Sharlayan, and I am actually going to show you why I kept those tickets. So, if we go down here to Morgana, for example, and when I go home, it's 746. Well, yeah, it's getting pretty expensive to travel, and I'm guessing even more expensive if we wanna, yeah, go to Oldal. So yeah, and it will reach over 1,000 yen to actually travel. Anyhow, I will end this episode here. We have been doing this quite long, and yeah, it's 53 minutes in. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please hit the like button. And if you're new here, first of all, welcome to Sharlayan. And if you like my content, then yeah, why don't you hit the subscribe button together with the notification button so you don't miss out on any of my future content. I will be back again tomorrow, and until then, stay safe out there.